Man United won, Luton Town 0. 3 points, it was comfortable. Man United were wasteful, but it's a win. A win is a win. A win is a win. But that's been the phrase, isn't it? That's been the phrase. A win is a win. A win is all that matters. It's not about the performance. It's only about 3 points. So I'm kind of tired of saying that. But listen, that's all you can expect from this Man United team at the moment. The thing that disappoints me today, or the thing that annoyed me today is that the chances were there for it to be more. Do you know what I mean? It was a lack of being clinical nature in front of goal. Oh, it was a real wastefulness to us in the final third. And the players that stood out today, again, wasn't the attacking players. I know the goal comes from a Marcus Rashford cross and he creates something there, so that's decent. But all the attackers, again, just not being clinical enough. Doing okay into the final build-up stage and then not taking chances. The players that have stepped up, Harry Maguire. I'll probably give him man of the match, to be honest. It was an easy game for him, where there's not a lot of, pressure on the ball. He doesn't have to defend, a 1v1 situation high up and stuff like that. He's got time on the ball to pick his passes, bring it out of defence, and he did do that. And obviously Lindelof gets the winning goal as well, a decent goal. What more can I say? I just expected more, but at the same time, my prediction was that. So it is it's kind of counterproductive when you follow us right now, because we're saying that that's the maximum level we can play. But well, then no, hold on, it wasn't, because the chances were there for that to be a 3 or 4-0 game. I'm looking at Garnacho. He was wasteful today, getting into good areas but snatched at the opportunities. Rasmus Højlund, close to scoring. In the right positions. I'd much rather that. It's almost like he's going through the different orders of before he starts bagging. So before I was more concerned because we're not even seeing him in the game. He's not getting the chances. The game's sort of passing him by. But today it wasn't that. He had a guiltless chance in like the first 5 or 8 minutes, something like that. Should have scored. He had a header. Should have scored. Rashford should have scored as well. So there was just little moments in the game where you're saying, if you score those and you score them early, the floodgates will probably open and you don't get Luton basically being as comfortable as they were for large parts. Essentially, obviously, Erik ten Hag will be happy, and he should be happy because we've won and we've kept a clean sheet and the defence done their jobs and we didn't give away anything too silly. But we still did give away some easy gives, some easy chances that just shouldn't have happened. The free header for Carlton Morris in the first half shouldn't really have happened. Townsend gets a couple of looks at the goal, shouldn't really be happening if we're on top like we're supposed to be, and we killed the game off. And I just felt that we were comfortable, but we still just also gave enough to Luton to be able to be like, yeah, well, you know what, we can we can stay in this game, we can maybe get something out of it. But it is true what KG says on the match review, like that is Man United right now. Do you know what I mean? We're not doing anything clinical right now. We're not blowing away any teams. And that's why even before this game, I was like, you know what? Yeah, 1-0, 1-0, like, it'll just be all right. The team selection as well, if you're looking at it from that perspective with the Raphael Varane situation, and we know now that Maguire that's it, that he's the guy. He's the guy who's going to be playing all the games at right centre-back. And it's going to be Lindelof going forward, while I think Johnny Evans is out for like 3 to 4 weeks. So there's obviously no Martinez, and he doesn't fancy Raphael Varane. Raphael Varane's going to be limited to what he done today, where he's got to come on. Obviously, Eriksen going off injured. There were some nice bits from Mason Mount. There were some nice bits. He gave the ball away at a real bad time, but he worked his arse off to run back and get it back, said sorry. And then he had a couple of times in transition where he was getting forward. He got a couple of cutbacks, involved in a few attacks. Again, wasn't amazing, didn't absolutely light it up, but it was one of those ones where he's now got an opportunity. Erik ten Hag talks about he has to fight. He said he has to fight. He said that Mason Mount needs to fight for his place now. He obviously got injured at the beginning of the season, and that probably wasn't good for him. It's the worst time for a new player to get injured when you're trying to settle. But again, it's going to have to change. But there's an opportunity there for him. He's going to play instead of Eriksen probably in most games over Amrabat, I should imagine anyway. But from a Ten Hag perspective, it's now another plan that he had to persist with something that he now can't. Obviously we don't know how long Eriksen's going to be injured for. Was it precaution? Did he just want to get off because he didn't want to do any more damage? He could be back for after the international break. I don't know. Obviously, should be due to go with Denmark. We'll see if he goes and see how he responds. I don't think he should be going if obviously he's not right. But my point is that another injury, and it was so innocuous. You know, I'm not saying he's been playing amazing recently, but the players that Ten Hag wants to pick, something keeps happening to them, and that is a frustrating point to see. Anthony, when he came on as well, I thought he should have got an assist because he set up Rashford perfectly fine. And Rashford should score. He just done sort of the basics, ran into a couple of players here or there. Just all right. In the league, judges done okay. That was. Do you know what? That was Man United. That was us say. Just done okay. There you go. That's my fun. Done okay. I've just realised. Yeah, that's what it was. Man United just done okay. And actually, it's ironic. I was laughing at league judges for saying that, but that's why I'm pissed off. That's why I'm like, yeah, it was just okay. But in the bigger scheme of things, in the grand scheme of things, it is about the 3 points, and it is about keeping clean sheets, and it is about, you know, trying to build upon something. But the problem with these types of performances for us is that they're not once in a while. Do you know what I mean? Like Minna was saying, every game we've won has been by like a 1-goal margin. And every game we've won has been, we just got over the line, I'll take it. It's not like when other teams it's just a bad day at the office. We wasn't at our best today, but we wasn't playing to our maximum potential today, but we didn't do what we normally do, but it wasn't that. That's what we are. That's what we are. And that's why I'm getting annoyed, because essentially it's not sustainable, because as soon as we play against good teams, top teams, we get absolutely destroyed. And that is going to be the biggest question mark out of this international break. We've got some tough games. It's never easy to go to Goodison Park. Never. I don't know what their final score was today, but, you know, they look a little bit resurgent they won. Wow, so they snuck the win. That was 2-2. So they've obviously got a last-minute winner or whatever. They've won the game at Selhurst Park. They're showing some fight under Sean Dyche. So not going to be easy going there. They're going to be in the up. Big atmosphere. It's going to be loud. What are we going to be like? Unfortunately for me, on my birthday, December 2nd, we got Newcastle away. Lovely. Do you know what I mean? Big games. We got, I think, Chelsea at home. I think that's our next home game. Obviously, Galatasaray away. So there's no easy games. There's hard games coming up. And if we're just nicking games like that, I'm not saying that can't be enough to beat Everton or, you know, maybe nick it at Newcastle. But what I'm saying is it doesn't fill you with confidence going into that. So in isolation, for today, in 90 minutes, absolutely most important thing was to get 3 points. Fine. But overall, I expected more. My man of the match, I'm going to give it to Harry Maguire. Could have been Lindelof because he got the winning goal, to be fair. But I think Harry Maguire's level of performance throughout the game, it didn't really drop. Because it was easy for him. I give him that. It was easy. It was an easy game for him to have a good game in. But he did his job and did it well. So, yeah, I'll give it to Harry Maguire.